am Isaaz, your Pliadian friend. I am coming on this day to inform you of upcoming energies that will begin after the first week of September. These energy upgrades can, and for some will, cause some confusion in finding out who you really are. You may have thought that you had a very good check on who you were or are. Those energies will change that point of view for some. It is one of the steps that you have to go through to upgrade your energy body. And we are not talking just maybe the heart chakra or the base or your throat chakra. No, we are talking all of them will be upgraded and aligned in a little different way than it is aligned today. And that is where the confusion or the who the heck am I in comes up. Allow that to happen. Try the best you can to go with that flow of those energies and what you are feeling. Make it okay to feel confused. Make it okay to not understand who you are at this specific moment. That will come, and you will get used to those new energies that are coming. We will talk more about these energies as we get closer to them. For now, it is just a gentle reminder that this will come. For some, they may feel it a little before and some a little after. All depends on your connectivity and where you are in the space of that time. Not because you are better if you get it first. And you are just located in a space where those energy will hit you before it hits others. And it will give you the opportunity to help those who feel those energies a little later. We wish you luck, and if there is any questions, we are ready.
Is this energy going to be across the planet?
Yes.
So there could be quite a few people who might feel a little confused by it.
Yes.
If it is going across the planet.
Yes. For those, strangely enough, who are used to higher energies may feel it a little stronger. And those who are not even connected or do not know anything about energies may not feel it at all. Or some would just feel depressed because they do not see the whole picture of the change within them.
Are you sending this energy, the Pliadies?
No. The energies is a consortium of all of the beings that is working at the time around Gaia.
Will Gaia feel these energies also?
Yes.
Will it affect our planet?
Not in a way that you may feel it. Gaia will always know who Gaia is.
Oh, yeah.
And understand these energies in a quite different way. It will transform or transmute those energies that are coming, and she will take them and upgrade herself and send the rest right back out to the beings that are living on her. And all depends on Gaia and how she is manifesting those energies that could, for some, prolong those energies and those feelings, and others might get over them faster. You are all on a different point on the scale, and it all depends on where you are, on how that will play out for you.
So next week is the first week of September. Is that when these energies will start?
Second week of September.
Okay. Yeah, coming up soon. Will these energies cause Gaia to have some kind of like earthquakes or volcanoes as she begins to absorb these energies?
Those energies are not designed for that kind of display.
Okay.
But again, it is energies that are fairly new to the planet as well as you people. So, could there happen some earthly upheaval, if we could say it that way? There is always that possibility.
Okay. So it's just for those of us who are more aware to be aware of these energies coming.
Yes. We are just giving a heads up
Okay.
on what is coming
Yeah.
your way.
Are these energies more of a fifth dimension energy?
Interesting question. Yeah. They are being designed in the fifth dimension.
Okay.
But they are also being designed to feel by third and fourth dimension beings.
Okay.
So, is it a fifth dimension energy? Yes, but you will feel it as a third dimension energy or a fourth dimension energy.
Okay. What's the difference between a third dimension energy and a fourth dimension energy?
The strength, the vibrations between those two energies is a little different. If we should compare it to something, if we compare it as the energies were colors, the colors in fourth dimension would be a little brighter, a little sharper than those in the third.
And then they get even brighter in the fifth?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is a comparison of explaining
Yeah.
the difference. This, of course, have colors, but not as you will perceive it. You will perceive it as a vibration.
A little higher in the fourth than the third.
A little sharper in fourth than it would be in third, yes.
Mm-hmm. So going through the fourth dimension, do we have to go through the fourth dimension to get to the fifth?
Yes, it is a natural kind of. Fourth is the pathway to get to fifth.
Okay. So is it kind of like a bridge?
Kind of like a bridge.
Between the two?
Yes, it is a way to align your body to get ready for the fifth.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I've heard people talk about the fourth dimension, but not necessarily in the way that you're explaining it as a kind of a bridge to go through. We can't jump from the third and over past the fourth.
No.
We have to go through the fourth
Yes.
into the fifth.
Yes.
Okay.
Many of you who are in these energies are somewhat living now in the fourth dimension, but may not be aware, thinking you are living in third. But you are most of the time in the fourth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, the gap between the fourth and the third will widen. And at some point, you will just jump from that to the fifth. And you will lose the contact with those who are on the third.
Okay, so as we move through the fourth and then into the fifth, those who are still in the third, you said we might lose contact with them?
Yes.
So explain that, what that
At
was.
the time as you are going down the timelines into the fourth and on the third, now the timelines are close enough so you will see each other at some point in time. Those timelines will widen out, and at some point you will lose contact with those on the third, and those who are vibration equally to yours on the fourth will stay on the fourth until you reach the fifth.
So losing contact with them means that, would it mean that we just don't see them anymore, talk to them?
Yes.
And do we in the fourth think that they have died or disappeared?
As you today have friends that you have not seen, spoken, or heard about for decades, you are assuming they are still alive somewhere. It would be the same kind of feeling. You are assuming they are there, but you have just not heard from them for a long time. Because they are, and in that case, because you are on the fourth, you will never have that contact with them again. Today, they could call you up tomorrow and ask how you are doing. But it would be the same. You will just slowly lose contact with those people. And it would be, as it is today, no big deal.
I can think of, throughout my lifetime, people that I've lost contact with, and I don't know where they are or if they're alive. So is that kind of an example of?
Yes.
And I may never hear from them again.
You may never.
Yeah.
Because your contract is over. You have no more reason to have an interaction with them.
Yeah.
Their timeline is far from yours, and what they are doing has no benefit for you, and theirs is no benefit to meet you. So there is no reason to have any more contact. And it would be the same at that point where you finally moving apart. and it would feel very normal.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting how the timelines work. How individuals go off on a different timeline, and that's what separates, is going on different timelines.
Yes. The timeline you are currently on is going, if you were having yours and somebody who have no awareness of spirituality at all, and have no interest in any kind of growth, yours would go a little bit one way and the other would go a little bit the other way. It's a slightly, and we're trying to say that we got to clarify. You could be in the third dimension with no interest of spirituality in any form, but still have what we would call a pure soul. You would have a very loving heart that allow you, that person, to slowly move toward the fourth dimension, and from there the heart will catch up with them and they will beginning to understand what is happening.
Okay, so you're saying that someone could be in the third dimension, but and no interest in spirituality, but something could trigger that in them to want to.
Because you have no interest in spirituality do not mean you are a bad soul.
Okay.
You can still be a very good soul.
Yes.
And have a pure heart and have that, and everything good should happen to everybody and have that point of view. But it does not mean that in itself is enough for that soul to be moved toward the fourth dimension instead of staying on the third dimension.
Okay, so they can stay in the third dimension with that kind of heart.
They will move slowly to the fourth dimension.
In their time.
And then at some point their heart will wake up to where they are going. And then it's of course their decision. Do they want to go all the way to more into the light, or do they completely say, no, I want to live my life on the third dimension? That is their right to do so. But they will get an option down the road.
So when people cross over who haven't had any interest in spirituality, do they, when they are in their higher self, do they realize that they just desire to stay in the third and not move forward? What happens to them then?
When they cross over, they are now a fifth dimension being.
Okay.
And then they have the decision of where they want to go next. If they want to continue doing a third dimension incarnation, either here on Earth or somewhere else, or if they want to do whatever their soul attracts them. That is a discussion that soul would have with its higher self and all of its guides along the way where they feel it would get most benefits for the growth of the soul.
So when they cross over, if they stay in third dimension and cross over, they don't cross over and stay in third dimension?
No.
Okay.
Because when they cross over, they are leaving their third dimension body and become their fifth dimension being.
Okay.
Everybody on this planet who is alive, every person has come from a fifth dimension being. And they just go home to their fifth dimension being.
So their fifth dimension being lowers down into the third dimension when they come here.
Yes.
So everybody on the planet right now are really third dimension or fifth dimension beings when they're home.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any beings here that when they cross over go to a fifth, sixth dimension being?
Not right away.
Okay.
They do have that ability or choice to merge with a sixth dimension aspect of themselves if they so desire.
Okay. All right. So as I'm listening to you through these transmissions, I'm realizing that a lot of what is being taught along the spiritual line with different channels and beings is just a little bit different than what the reality of it is.
That is, or that sounds like what you are saying, that all the others are wrong and I am the one who is right.
No, I'm just saying that they have a different viewpoint of what it's like. And some have the same viewpoint. It's not that they're wrong, but it's their perspective.
Exactly, that was what we were getting at.
Yeah.
It is a perspective on how you are at that point in the time seeing the universe and the energies around you.
Yeah.
All of whatever you are hearing are right. There is no one who got this wrong. It is just their perspective on how it works. So we do not encourage people to tell or say that this specific group or this person are not understanding what they are talking about. They are all just a part of a much bigger game or play, and each have their own role and sees this game just a little bit different than somebody else.
Yeah.
And for those who seeing it different, there are people who are vibrating to that energy.
Yeah.
And there would be people who are vibrating to somebody else's energy and how they are seeing it.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts to share with us before we close?
Important to have love for your fellow human being in wherever they are on this journey of theirs. They all have a point. They all have a truth, all part of the truth. Because the truth are so much bigger than just one. There is degrees within degrees of the truth. And all of those degrees are still the truth. So celebrate each other. Find not your differences, but where you can get together. Where there are matches, where you may feel this is two different thoughts, and yet there are words that are similar, which means the energies are similar.
The picture that comes to my mind is a puzzle, and each one has their piece in the whole puzzle. And without that piece, you wouldn't have the whole picture.
Yes. If that description works for you, then there is your truth. There would be others who do not see that as being helpful, and yet they are not any closer to the truth than you are. We celebrate you all. We love you all for all of your different opinions, all of your different way of seeing what you are going towards. Yes, they are different, and yes, they are so much alike. We encourage always to celebrate and love each other, because you are all one. We thank you for this transmission. Till next time.